Everyone's away. Yeah. I told you that. It's chaos.
Yeah. There's appointed
Just not to ask a stupid question.
Je sais, je me connais la gueule alors. Ah oui, on va voir quoi.
Abantu babaningi abantu
babaningi abantu
News broadcasting.
I've never heard of that.
doesn't know the history of that. And then it's now going to yeah, we're supposed to do no, please go back to JFK and tell me. No, we got but unfortunately, we're not normally come here. Yeah, that's my boss.
You used to be my friend.
What do you mean you used to?
No, he doesn't want to.
Yes, I'm going to tell you.
If I can take this, then I'm happy. Are you sitting here? Do you mind? Raymond, you come along. Do you mind if you take this one?
Michael has to be next to me. Sorry?
Do you mind if you take that?
No, don't worry. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, we have got the smallest team. You know, we're still fighting about bigger things. So Michael, Kemp informed you that he's retired. He said, I still know. Everyone knows. I mean, he told me that last year. I thought because his original plan was to retire last year. I think he's quite So how have you been? Have you been well? How have you been? Have you been well?
Yeah, I'm surviving.
Haven't seen you in a long time.
I'm busy traveling, KZN, Gauteng.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's So what did the judge say?
I spoke to the registrar.
We're going to have to just interrupt.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're asking, you can go.
But yeah. Maybe the different faces of
understand my name.
Yeah.
You as well, so
Yeah.
you say down on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and then I'll say,
No, you say no one understands my name. They assume you know.
yeah.
But I just think
No.
that's what I say. Because I was asking if it was that. I don't I don't need that.
Only those asking what my name is.
Cell number says, Google and you
I'll give you a cell phone.
You practice what comes in. This is my number.
Zuma and another.
May it please the court, my lord, I appear for the state, together with my learned colleagues, Mrs. Kutsia and Mr. Matendra.
Second, I appear for accused number one, Mrs. Zuma.
My lord, my name's Anton Katz. I'm from the Cape Bar. I'm here for the second accused witness, Adhikar.
May it please the court, my lord.
Yes.
Might I just place some matters on record? First of all, my lord, this is in essence the continuance of a case which was on this court's roll in 2009 and which was withdrawn. It was discontinued by the NPA. Following the court's judgment the two courts' judgments, the full bench of the North Gauteng High Court and the Supreme Court of Appeal in Zuma, and another Zuma in the Appeal Court versus the NDPP and the DA, which is 2018 1 SA 200 in the Supreme Court of Appeal. Following that court judgment, this matter was re-enrolled, and this is the first appearance of the re-enrolled matter. My Lord, the accused come to this court today by way of summons, which were the two sets of summonses were served on the accused by means of service on the attorneys by agreement, and we've informed your Lordship that the time taken for this summons was slightly shorter than the prescribed periods. No point will be made of that. We all agreed we're properly before the court, and the accused are properly here before the court. My Lord, in essence, the state is ready to continue the trial, is ready to recommence the trial. There are a number of preliminary issues which first have to be attended to. Firstly, is that the state has to provide the accused with copies of the docket, what is commonly referred to as the further particulars. That we have agreed with my learned friends will be done very, very shortly. Electronic copies of the docket will be provided, as is usual in these sorts of cases. And secondly, my Lord, what needs to be sorted out is the question of a trial date. As we mentioned to your Lordship in Chambers, the role planners in the DPP's office here in Durban have indicated to me that the rolls are open for trial from the 12th of November. The DPP has mentioned this to the Judge President. Your Lordship is aware of it. So as far as the state is concerned, we could start the trial on the 12th of November. But there are other issues which I'll now inform your Lordship about. Firstly, by agreement between the state and our learned friends for accused numbers 1 and 2, we will ask your Lordship to postpone this matter to the 8th of June as the next provisional date, pending the matters which I will now inform your Lordship about. So there's no fight about the nature of the adjournment and the date of the adjournment. The purpose of the adjournment is twofold in principle. Firstly, in respect of accused number 1, Mr. Zuma, we've been informed by our learned friends for Mr. Zuma that he wishes to bring a review application concerning the decision to prosecute him again. And in that respect, we've been informed, and after discussions between us, that they hope to finalize the review papers by the middle of May, by the 15th of May. But we will sort that out between the parties as the time goes on. There's also been mention that there might, depending on the nature depending on the result, there might be further applications for permanent stay, etc. Those issues are not being addressed now. That is as regards accused number 1, Mr. Zuma. As far as the application of accused number 2 is concerned, might I just mention that accused number 2, rather unusually, is only a corporation. It is the company Thales South Africa, Pty Limited, as represented by Ms. Christine Gourier. And my Lord, I should also just mention that by agreement between the parties, she has been appointed as the company's representative, accused number 2's representative. She is French. She understands English. She doesn't require an interpreter. And she does reside in France. So we've all agreed that she will attend the various court appearances as necessary, but the state obviously has no problem with her traveling to and from our country and back to her place of residence in France. So I place that on record. Now, as far as accused number 2, Thales South Africa, is concerned, they have informed me that they wish to make representations to the DPP. So by mutual arrangement between the parties, we have agreed that they will make these representations as expeditiously as possible, and the parties aim to have an answer relating to the representations by the next adjournment on the 8th of June. My learned friends and I have discussed a timetable as to when the various stages of representations will be directed to us, and hopefully and certainly also by the end of May, if not earlier, we will have hoped to have received the representations in their final form so that we can inform the court on the 8th of June, hopefully again, what the answer is. My Lord, I think that is everything I wish to say relating to the reasons for the adjournment and what the party's attitude is. The final matter I should just mention is that there is, to our knowledge, a Western Cape High Court application which in some way is aimed to affect the current proceedings. There's an application in the Western Cape High Court by a body styling itself, and I quote, these words don't come from me, my Lord. The body is called the SA Natives Forum, and the respondents in that matter are various parties, including the NPA and the NDPP, and that seeks to interfere with the further conduct of this trial before your Lordship now. In this, the attitude of the parties in this court, and that includes, I think, my learned friends also, is that that matter has no bearing on the proceedings currently before your Lordship. The NPA and the LEPP are opposing that matter. I understand that accused number one, in as much as he might be a respondent, has abided or intends abiding. So, as between the parties before your Lordship, there's no issue relating to that other case. So these proceedings will continue without regard to the pending proceedings in the Cape Town Court, and we as the state naturally hope that those proceedings will be dismissed, that the application will be dismissed, and that is our attitude. So, my Lord, yes, after checking with my learned colleagues, I think that is all I wish to address you on. And then our application is that, by agreement between the parties, the matter be postponed to the 8th of June as a provisional date for the reasons which I've given your Lordship. Unless the court wishes to hear me on any other aspect, that would be the state's application. That's the piece of court.
Accused number one.
Thank you, my Lord. My Lord, we confirm our agreement to the adjournment to the 8th of June 2018 as a provisional date. In relation to all other matters, my Lord, we say that our position remains fully reserved. There will be an application to challenge the legitimacy of the prosecution. That we've spoken about with my learned friend Mr. Downer about dates and how that will be dealt with. Of course, on the 8th of June, everyone will be in a better position to work out where the matter proceeds from there. And then, my Lord, the reference to trial and the 12th of November that was suggested, my Lord, that is really a matter which will have to be discussed on the next occasion. So for now, we just record that we're not agreeing to any subsequent enrollment until we hear on the 8th of June when the matter is reassessed. That is our position. Thank you.
My Lord, accused number two has nothing to add to that which was put on record by Mr. Downer.
My Lord, might I just say finally and just remind the court that both accused, having been summoned to this court, are on warning in the colloquial terms, and I would ask that the court then warn the accused to appear on the 8th of June. Bail conditions and further conditions relating to their release do not apply in cases such as this where the accused are summoned to court, as indeed they were in 2007. May it please the court.
this matter has been outlined by counsel for the state, and it seems as if the defense is also in agreement with the submissions made on behalf of the state regarding the future conduct of this matter. For the reasons advanced by counsel for the state in agreement with the defense, this matter is adjourned to the 8th of June 2018, which is a provisional date, and the two accused before court, having been summoned to appear before this court, are released on bail. Sorry, are released on warning, rather. Thank you. Go ahead.
No, we just said one thing that boss, we remain up until later.
Thanks, guys.
No, we remain.
Thank you very much. I
Joa. Okay. Neil knows to take us.
Is this on? Is switch on?
Wait, we can put it on.
Okay. I wanna check if it's transmitting.
Yeah. It should be.
Yeah.
It is.
We're gonna walk in reverse, going that side.
Yeah?
I'm saying we're gonna walk in reverse.
Yeah, we're going to work. We will walk that way. I'm sure for
Maybe ngikubambe no. This thing gonna.
Hi guys. Okay. Be live view fagele. Yes?
Sengifakile.
Fangisho ufagele.
Ngifake live view.
No, ngisho ufake business.
Yeah, sengifakile. Oh.
Yazubhala.
Yeah. Ubambe la.
Yes. Speak to Miss Jabu. Sing it. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. We're taking cool.
Is he not out yet?
So, I think my Puma. Mina, you come. Come after me. I will post those everybody for you.
I don't stop or we done with that.
We exit. Can you still see? Mawinyusa. Hi, Prof. Sikhona usukuphi? Oh, waza ngemuva, waza ngathi uza ngasecourt. Uzobona ivan. Prof, waza engathi uzongena ecourt. Uzobona ivan yethu. Okay, emva kwestage ya uze ngathi uza kwivan. Okay, thanks. Thanks, bro. Yeah, but you coming out? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay, sure. Okay. All right, sure. Okay. You see, I'm going to be crossing now as well. Oh. Bengisawuarrange lapho sabantu besabenzisa. I'll come back to them. It's busy. I'm gone here now. Manje asiboni nokuthi bavezani. Oh, ile camera bese yamthela khona. But they're on. Hello, ma. They're on the best camera. Can you see? Oh, okay, sorry, that's fine. I'll check with someone else now. Okay, all right. Okay, sure. Okay.
I'll be standing across the road.
Okay, sure. I'll signal to you. Yeah, it's cooler there. Hi, which camera are they using? Okay, that's cool. Okay, because when every time I don't know, I can't see. Yeah.
No, it's fine. Suka thina la? Ngoba uzophela uze ngala. Okay. Bathi kude kunami. Yazi uzoyaphi? Hi. Yes. Okay. All right, that's in the base camera. They on the bay. All right. Okay, let me just stay on the phone. Okay. Let me just stay on the phone. So you can just take me through Benzajan. Okay. Tell him my bam. Bam, bam, bam. Okay.